you make less mistakes because you can see well.
Shahara, question. Basically, with pom-poms, you don't add anything to it later. So essentially, that's why you're making the face and the beard in one pom-pom, right? And then you're going to sculpt it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do the face and then add the beard on top.
I could.
Okay.
It depends on the model that you're using, the pattern that you want. You can get as creative as possible. And yes, you can add a lot of stuff to the pom-pom later. I have one example here that we are actually not going to make unless we have a lot of free time. That is the Christmas tree on the clay pot. Let me finish this and I'll show you. That I added beads as well, right? So we can play a lot with them and make them as sophisticated as we want. So here I would have the face. I'm going to sculpt the face. So I do want to make sure I have a good chunk of yarn here. Again, not the place for you to save money with the yarn. You have to use it. That's the whole point of having beautiful pieces, very different than what you usually see the kids make. Let's try the roving again to tie. Let's see if it comes apart. Okay, so now I'm going to get this one. I want the close up here. So the reason we are not going to make this one is because it's very simple. All I did was to get a pom-pom and cut in the shape of the egg, right? And then I trim a little bit more the edge so it looks like a tree. And I don't know if you can see, but I have pink beads everywhere, right? It's a cute thing. I mean, think about this, to give for guests, if they come for Christmas, or just to decor your home. Cute little thing.
Super easy. One pom-pom.
Clay pot that you buy anywhere.
One pom-pom and then you shaped it.
Yes, and like I told you, every time I look, there's another place to trim.
And then you put the beads.
Yeah, in less than 3 minutes. Of course, this wouldn't be the case for wedding favors, but you could create little trees and give as wedding favors or sell wedding favors. It doesn't take you much at all. Okay, so I have the 2-color pom-pom. Going to cut. So you see, it gives you a lot of room for being very creative. Okay, and you see with the roving, I have more resistance from the, but look, the moment I cut, look how beautiful. You guys let me know if we are showing this the way you want, because we can make adjustments, but I think it's good. Okay, here I have the white, right? Tie, I'm going to tie it with the roving and see what happens. If it comes apart, we use the other one. Just because it's the same color and it's demonstration, so there is no problem if it comes apart. So a lot of strength when you're turning. You want to get all that middle really tight so it doesn't come falling apart. And it did stay. Okay, pull, pull, open.
Remove.
There you have it. Okay, put the pieces together again so you don't misplace them. Okay, I have another ball. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to leave these two here together to tie with the other pom-pom. Now, you need to think if this is going to be handled by kids or not, because you might want to glue as well. And sometimes it gets in the way the colors, but you see when I tie them, it's done.
So wait a minute, show us how you're tying them.
I will.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to tie later. First, I'm going to work the head, right? So the first thing I do is I take everything that is sticking out.
Minus
so I
the
have
two
minus those two for now. I'll see if it works. And really, I make that decision every time. It's not like, oh, I tie all my pom-poms or I glue all my pom-poms. It depends and depends if they're going to be sewed. It's just for my house. If kids are going to touch it. If they're not, then you make the decision. So I have the basic ball. Now I have, so this is the top of my head here on the pom-pom, please. I have the top of my head and I have the beard. I need to decide which side I want as the front, okay? So again, I like this. I like here the beard is kind of okay, and I have the head. Well, for the beard to be out, I need the head to go in a little bit. And my head has more of a round shape on top than in the front. So that's where I'm going to start. I want to create the difference between the beard and the head. So the head needs to retract a little. So in here, you want to work slow, okay? Because here you are working with a lot of wool. You don't want to have to make another pom-pom if possible. Just don't forget where you decided